Welcome to the Royal Road School of Carmelite Prayer, where at the present time we are studying Love4Love, the life, the works of St. Teresa of Jesus, better known as Edith Stein. So we are in chapter 12, the chapter concerning the foundation of the first Teresian monastery at St. Joseph of Avila. So it seemed to Teresa that it would be a great hindrance to her plans when she received the surprising order from her father provincial to go to the palace of Duchess Luisa de la Cerda in Toledo, because this influential lady sought the comfort of the saint in her grief over the death of her husband. Teresa's friends hated to see her leave Avila, but the stay in Toledo was to be richly blessed. Donna Luisa became a powerful and faithful patroness of the Reform. In the circle of women and girls that gathered around Teresa at the palace to seek her advice, there was someone soon to be one of her strongest supporters, the young Maria de Salazar, later Maria of St. Joseph, Prioress of Seville. Above all, Teresa found the leisure here to write the story of her interior life, a project given to her by the previous year by Father Ibarriez. This book was to make her name known in all Catholic lands and down through the centuries. It would become a guide for countless people. Even in regard to her foundation in Avila, the time was not wasted. In the house of the Duchess of the Cerda, she was sought out by Maria of Jesus, a Carmelite from Granada, who had reform ideas similar to Teresa's and wanted to talk them over with her. She also found occasion for a consultation with Saint Peter of Alcantara, who, on an earlier occasion, had tested the state of her soul and consoled her greatly. Now he encouraged her to found the monastery of St. Joseph without an income, as the primitive rule prescribed. Teresa was permitted to return to Avila only in June of 1562, after a 6-month stay. Good news that came on the day of her arrival awaited her there. The papal brief that permitted Donna Guiomar and her mother to establish a Carmelite monastery according to the primitive rule, placing it under the jurisdiction of the diocesan bishop and giving it the same rights as other monasteries of the same order, and prohibiting anyone from disturbing it in any way. Teresa's name was not mentioned on the document. By a lucky coincidence, Peter of Alcantara was just then in Avila for the last time. Before he died shortly thereafter, his efforts succeeded in winning the Bishop of Avila, Don Alvaro de Mendezo, for the foundation. From then on, the bishop was one of the most enthusiastic promoters of the Reform. So getting back to the illness of her brother-in-law, Juan de Oval, it actually resulted in Teresa gaining the permission of her provincial to move into this house, her future monastery, to care for her brother-in-law. And this gave Teresa the opportunity to supervise the construction personally. When the workers left the house, the patient was also healed, and the monastery would become what it was meant to be. Now the most important thing was to find suitable living stones for the new foundation. There were 4 postulants about whom the Holy Mother herself said, "My first daughters were 4 orphans without dowries, but great servants of God. I found just what I had wished for, because my building blocks of the spiritual edifice would fulfill our intention and lead lives of contemplation and perfection. Amen. So little by little, God is putting together Teresa's first monastery in spite of all of the obstacles. I hope you're enjoying this story, and may God bless you and yours as we continue. Amen.